Welcome back to our channel, Betting Dog's Edge, Fighting Football. Corey Dog, we are both traveling this week. What are you doing?
Man, I'm in LA County, 34 degrees. I'm out here taking care of family this week. So,
Gotcha.
man, what about you?
I'm, I'm,
What
I'm
undisclosed location are
yeah,
you hiding
undisclosed.
at this
Yeah, I'm
week?
back in the Arizona area. You know what I mean? I can't tell you what I do for a living, but it's very necessary to do. But yeah, I'm back in Arizona. You're in Cali. It's cold here. It's cold there. So everywhere we go, it's cold. Even watching football, it's cold. You know what I mean? So, but great games. By the way, no fight last
Man,
week, but we had some great games. But going into everything, we
woo.
appreciate everybody watching, subscribing, and hit the bell. And when we do some bets now, we are actually using some of that money and we're going to be giving it back to you guys. So we just got a mystery box signed UFC glove, right? Worth about 150 bucks. We made some bets on Stephanie Hahn. I took half of that money and I put it on signed signature glove. So we get up to 250 subscribers, right? Just subscribe, hit the bell. We will do a random drawing, and the first person who gets drawn, obviously, will get the signed autograph. We're not going to open it until we get the drawing. So we don't even know who's signed autograph. We have no idea. It's a mystery box. So that's what we like about them. And then we'll do it again. We'll make actually even a more expensive mystery box
Oh,
for the
yeah.
next one, and then we'll go from there. So let's see. So let's get into this real quick. We're going to do a recap of week 2 bet on bets, which is our little game that we playing. And we'll get into the rules here shortly. We're gonna do early UFC 324 picks. Finally, UFC is back on the card here for this week, January 24th, and then we're gonna do our early NFL picks for the conference week, second to the last game of the playoff season, of the whole season, actually. So let's get right into it here, Corey.
So this is what we're talking about. Bet on bets. We go 250 per person to buy in, and we're betting. If you lose your 250, you got to buy back in. That means you got to buy the other person a more expensive watch. If we don't have to buy back in, the watch is at $500 or less. If you got to buy back in, it goes up to $1,000. I hate losing, so I'm not trying to buy back in. And these bet on bets, boy, get your heart pumping.
Yeah.
So
let's get into that. Let's get into the head on head here, so we get everybody up to date on what we're doing here, because it's a fun game. I like it. I mean, it brings it brings the best out of us. You know what I mean? To get those bets, competition, right? So looking at after the wild card weekend, right? We started out with 250, and you ended up with $422.79. I ended up with $320.17. So after the wild card weekend, we're both profitable. And then, again, after the division, we'll get into that card here. After all these bets that we just did, so I did 11 bets going into the divisional week, and the second bet for $50 plus 200 hit on this card for $150. So that was the only one out of this card that hit. I mean, I had some real close ones here. The Tongas one was very close. He dropped the pass in the second quarter. 2 seconds left on the clock. And they threw it right to him, and he just pitter-pattered it, juggled it, and it was just out of his hands. So plus 1,000 for that one to hit, but I missed it. So the only one that hit on this card was the number 2 bet, $50 plus 200, which was the money line for the Rams, Seahawks, and the Patriots. And man, we sweated those out. Those were supposed to be the easiest bet, and we sweated those out because it was cold weather. Really did bring out some bad plays on everything.
Oh man!
And then I go into this card. I had 2 bets on this one that worked, that hit, and those were the bottom 2, bet 10 and 11. So bet 10 was $25 for plus 310. That was that ladder 20, 30, 40 for Higbee, Kincaid, and Schultz, tight ends. And they both hit. They all hit. So that's $25. I made $102 on that. And the last one, it doesn't show because it was such a big parlay, but it was a 4-leg parlay, plus 937. Had the over on the Broncos game and the Patriots game, Rams game, right? The Patriots game and the Rams game, I had over, and for the Broncos to win and for the Patriots to win. So that was a long shot. It went against everything that I was betting for, going for. But again, that's an insurance bet, and that one hit as well. So I'm actually very profitable. Yep, very profitable. Hey, that's not luck, that's skill. But yeah, but that is after all these bets, still winning. And that's the main thing of it, is it doesn't matter how much you lose, as long as you win and you're profitable. That's the name of the game in sportsbook betting. Let's
Oh
get
yeah.
into yours real quick.
So right here, we're jumping into my first card. I have the three-leg parlay, $25 bet. That hit for the Seahawks, the Rams, and New England. That was one of my insurance bets.
Hmm.
And then I had my four-leg, the Rams, the Broncos, the Patriots, and the Seahawks. That hit as well on that card. And then on my second card,
Yeah, hold on.
I
Before you go
only
too far, I wanted to see something on that. So you had a three leg, which is your first bet, and the third bet down there, which was a winner as well. And the
yeah
second bet there, I can see you had Rams, Bills, Patriots, Seahawks, and the only one you changed was the Broncos from the Bills to the Broncos on that one, and that hit. So good
yeah
insurance bet, really good because that was that game that I thought was going to be really wonky. So I left it out of my parlay, and you made the parlays for that. So good
yeah.
thinking on that one. Anyways,
Yeah.
move on to the next card
And
here.
then move on to the next card. At the very bottom, plus 199 and a half for Josh Allen and Bo Nix to hit. That plus 200 that hit. My other player props, they all missed by like one player or two players missed on the player props. And then on my third card, I took the under in the Bills game and I lost that one. And then I took the 49ers money line and Brock Purdy laid an egg.
All right.
So
So those are all basically all red on that one. So grand
all red.
total, yep, grand
Yeah,
total after the whole division week and everything, you
yeah.
came out with $13 profit. At least you're
Yep.
profitable. Hey, you didn't lose
Hey,
any. I didn't lose of your 250, right? And
that was,
I
I was sweating that though.
yep.
I literally was
I
sweating
know, I
that.
hear you. And then I doubled mine, based on that four leg
Yeah.
over uh, parlay that I did for the Broncos and for the Rams game. So
Okay.
now I'm up $150
Yeah.
over you. I'm now in the lead. Next gen,
You're
J
the lead.
Dog in the lead. So no change in the watch price or anything, but that's where we're at right now on
Yep.
the game. So moving forward, right? We'll go into the fight of everything. Oops, that's not yours. This
Nope.
is mine. So we'll go into the fight game real quick, just kind of show you everything, which I showed on the last card, the last video, but I'll go over it again. I did change a couple of the methods of win for this, so we'll just go over it real quick. So we have
Okay.
Smotherman. You know what? Let me get into the actual window here of what we're looking at. Oh wow, that's not should have been there. Anyway, all right. So Gaethje and Pimblett fight, right? So we're gonna get right into it
Yep.
here. We'll go all right on the bottom here. Ty Miller against Adam Fugit. So Ty Miller again, he's unranked. He doesn't have a lot of fights in the actual UFC, and Adam Fugit is number 62 ranked as UFC welterweight. We have Fugit, I believe, for this fight to win. Uh, yeah, so Fugit,
Fugit.
he's not on the card, but Fugit is on this to win this fight because
Okay.
it's such a new fight. There's not a lot of information on these two guys, but
Okay.
we do have Fugit to win based on his ranking, based on his win loss rate, based on his style. We got Fugit to win this on the money line. Let's see, moving forward into Tercios versus Smotherman. We got Smotherman to win this one, and we have Smotherman to win by decision on this one against Tercios. Just a better fight IQ, but they're both durable. Hokit
All right.
versus Denzel Freeman, which is another one coming in. Hokit is an ex NFL player, ex football player, and he's turned
Okay.
into UFC. And Hokit is a little bit favored on this one. We're gonna give Hokit the better. I'm gonna choose Hokit on this one, based on Denzel Freeman is a little bit just weird. You don't know what you're getting until he comes in the ring. They're heavyweights, so their big bombs are going to be thrown at each other. But sometimes Denzel Freeman comes in with a lot of energy, and you can just tell that he's in it to win it. And then there's other times where he just comes in nonchalant, you know, just
Uh, uh,
smooth, and that's when he starts to lose. That he's just a little too smooth, not enough speed in
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. But Hokit, we have Hokit for this one to win on. What would we have
Okay.
Hokit on here? Money line or Circeo, right? For that one because they're heavyweights. Charles Johnson against Perez. We have Johnson money live and decision on that one for Johnson versus Perez. Where is Johnson? There it is. Alex Johnson versus Perez here. We have Johnson ranked on this one. Michael Johnson and Alex Hernandez is the other one. Michael's the old dog, and he's been around for a while, and Hernandez is favored in this one. He's just a young
Ooh.
dog, and he's mean. So it's going to be a good fight. Michael might have a chance, but he's just getting old, long in the teeth. You know what I mean? Just long in the tooth.
Ah.
So when you get that long in the tooth, it becomes about durability, right? And
Yeah.
there's a big age gap between them, so there might be something to look at. Gautier versus Poyev. Gautier versus Poyev. Where is that? There we go. Gautier is a madman. Gautier has every single style, every single facet of the game that you want, and can basically fight any style out there. So he is someone to watch. Huge favorite,
Okay.
minus 1,000. You know what I mean, for him to win.
Ooh.
You know, and a huge
That's a good one.
underdog for Puyav is plus 625. He's durable on the ground, but Atebo Gautier just has all the tools to take everybody out. So he's somebody to watch in that weight division moving forward. Let's see. So Nurmagomedov against Figueroa. Not going to get too much into us. Nurmagomedov has a huge freaking favor to win this. Like plus 1,800, plus 1,600 is a huge favorite
Good Lord.
against Figueredo, and he's a huge underdog on here. So just based on he's just a mean person. He'll take you out. He's there to finish the fight, and that's what I like about Umar Nurmagomedov. He's there to finish. He's not there to roll around the ground and try to smother you, you know what I mean, or anything like that, or give you a noogie. None of that. He's there to finish the fight. If he's on top of you, he's gonna keep adding and keep going
Yeah.
until he gets you choked out. He's not going to wait till you make a bad move. He's going to make you do a bad move. So Umar Magomedov is a bad man. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
And so it makes sense that he's highly favored. So good to put him in a parlay somewhere. Natalia Silva against Rose Namajunas. Top card on the prelims. Rose Namajunas was supposed to fight DeGrasso. DeGrasso got popped, I think, for some sort of drug test, I think, or injury. I can't remember. And so Silva is now taking the place. Silva is actually ranked number 4, so she's actually ranked better than DeGrasso, and she's coming in highly favored over Rose Namajunas. Now, Rose Namajunas is a dog, and she's been around forever, so she can go through into deep waters and get out. That's the question with Natalia Silva. Can she go into those deep waters and get out? So that she has the favor. She's stronger. She's younger, and she's got a lot of movement pushing forward. But it's up to Rose to maybe stop that. But we do have Silva favored on this one, money line or decision to take the win on that one. Acosta against Derek Lewis. We all know that. Big heavyweights, right? We have Costa as favored, money line KO for this one. Derek Lewis has won his last 2 fights, by dropping bombs. So it's going to be a good fight. It just really all depends on if Costa sticks to the range. If he sticks to the range and stays on the outside, it's not going to take much to get Derek out.
I saw a photo of Derek Lewis a couple of days ago. He's lost some weight.
Oh yeah, no, he's looking selfie. He's getting ready. So he knows he's getting long in the tooth. You know what I mean? And Waldo Acosta he just has a lot of traction right now. And he's big and he's smart and he'll fight anybody. He just fought last month in Qatar, on the Middle East, on short notice, 2-week notice or something like that. And he flew his ass out there and knocked the guy out and came back. So and he was asking for another fight. Well, here you go. Ask and you shall receive, and you got Derek Lewis. So this is a great fight. 3rd fight on the main card. So he's moving up very, very quickly. He's got a lot of traction behind him. Moving on to the next one, Sean O'Malley and Yadong Song. I've been looking into this one a lot because Yadong Song is getting trained by a lot of older UFC guys that are now retired, but they are big-time names in there. I can't even remember their names off the top of my head. There's so many of them, but he's got a rock-solid chin, and he moves forward, and he wants to finish the fights as well. So Sean O'Malley's got his word cut out for him, but I got Sean O'Malley to take this one by decision at the end of it all.
Okay.
It's going to be a dogfight. I mean, Yadong Song can just walk through people. It'll be split decision. It won't be unanimous. It'll be very split with Sean and Song if it goes that far. But if it does, O'Malley will most likely take it on points. So moving in the next one, which is the last and final one, which is the Gaethje Pimblett I believe, obviously, after a lot of research and everything, everybody believes that Pimblett's going to win. I think Pimblett will probably win by submission based on everything.
Ooh.
You know, Gagey and Pimblett are both fighters, and they both swing hands. So strength on strength, the art of war. Not very the smartest thing to do is to go strength on strength. So Gagey's going to have to close the distance and take him down, and then either ground and pound him out or finish it, real close.
Yeah.
But if Pimblett gets that close to you, Pimblett's bigger guy, he'll just lay on you. So he's going to bring it down to the ground, and he'll just snuff Gagey out and most likely submit him. So that's where I got my money on. Pimblett money line submission. The EVs on that are all plus, if you can see that on the card. Let me move that back over to the card here. The EVs on here are all green and plussed. All my picking methods are on there, and so that's UFC in a nutshell. Early picks,
All right.
right? So we'll go next time. In the next video, we'll go into our actual picks and bets. So we give everybody a little bit more of a line on that.
Oh, nice.
Let's see. That's it for the fight game?
Yes, sir.
Any questions on that?
No, man, it looks interesting. I'm going to do my research this week as well, so we have some more to talk about on that next one. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, like, subscribe, tell us where you're following from. Let's pop up that conference final picks that we have out here.
All right.
We got the Broncos and the Patriots. Did the Broncos really win with the loss of Bo Nix? There's no data on that quarterback that's going to play this weekend. So we both picked the Patriots. And then we got the Rams and the Seahawks. After the exciting game that the Rams put on this past Sunday night, man, that was a heartbreak. I had to take some extra blood pressure medication. That's how bad. That's how on the edge I was, because that game had me back in bet on bets. So, I hate to lose. So right now we have up the Super Bowl tracking chart. So right now we got the Seahawks. We're picking the Patriots and the Seahawks early picks right now for this weekend's conference game that take place this Sunday. So right now, this is where we're looking at for our picks. Like, subscribe, tell us where you're following from. Jay, what you got?
Yeah, well, so my picks was the Patriots Seahawks. Now, just so you know, my AI picked Rams on this, 52% to win over the Seahawks on this. Offensive line, it had its own reasons based on my weighting that I did on that.
Yeah.
So when I looked back at everything and on the games, I said, no, I believe the Seahawks are probably going to win this outright. They're at home. It's going to be a cold game again. Weather matters. Weather matters.
Oh, yeah.
We saw it snowing, and it absolutely mattered in these cold games. And LA Rams are not used to cold. LA. Yeah, you're in LA now. It's 30-something degrees, but they're not used to playing that way. Seahawks are used to playing in the cold. They're from Seattle. They're used to it. So I got to give them that edge with the Seahawks doing it. But my AI did say the Rams are going to win this one. I
picked it at home. I picked it at home.
Yeah, I already did a spread on this. I did the money line spread on Patriots and I'm sorry, spread. I did the spread on this, not money line. I did the spread on this, Patriots and Seahawks. So I picked Patriots are like 5.5 when I got it right out the gate, and 2.5 for the Seahawks. So it's already changing. Patriots are at 4.5 now, and Seahawks are at 2. So I got it at the best number now. Patriots and Seahawks. So we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see how it works. But, like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment below. That about does it for this one. You got anything else, Corey?
No, man, I'm good. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell. We got a mystery autograph.
Mystery, check it out.
Yep, mystery autograph glove here from UFC. So if you guys want that, just subscribe. 250 subscribers. We will do a random drawing, and the winner will get the glove. We want to open it. I want to open this thing, but I can't until somebody actually wins it, after 250 subscribers. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, that's all. We'll see you on the next one.
All right,
see ya.